Hi, so this is Bailey. I just tried to record her and it did not work. She's had surgeries. She's got some sort of cancer or something in her nose. Has a scarf attached to her, um, what is that? Harness. And her harness holds on to her drain, which is keeping her comfortable while she deals with her whatever it is that she has. I love Bailey, but I really wish I could do more to help her. She is my baby, and she seems to be happy to be alive, even though she's sick. She doesn't seem to realize that she's sick. But, I'm her mom, and I'm supposed to be able to help her, and I can't. I just, I can't do more than I'm already doing, and there's no cure. Anyway, I wanted to get a video of Bailey before things got worse. It seems to be aggressive. This is the day before Valentine's Day in 2013. A little less than a year ago, about 10 months ago, I first discovered some, it seemed like irritation in Bailey's eyes. Well, just the one eye. And she acted like it was, like she was irritated, like, as if she had something in her eye. But nothing was in there. And, I cleaned out her eye with a saline solution, and everything seemed to be okay after that. She didn't seem to be bothered by it. It went away. About a month later, I noticed a bump above that eye and in the tear duct of that eye, and it wasn't going away. The one in the tear duct would kind of get bigger and smaller, but the one above her eye wouldn't go away. And she seemed to be okay. It didn't seem to bother her, except she started getting nosebleeds. We took her to the hospital because she lost so much blood. But they gave us some medicine that we could buy over the counter to stop the nosebleeds from getting worse. That doesn't stop them from happening, really. But if you catch it early, it can stop the nosebleed after it starts. And that that proved to be a really useful medication. And then at that time, the doctor didn't think that her stuffy nose or the bumps or the eye irritation had any relationship together, even though I thought that they were related. The doctor said that the bump in her tear duct was probably just a cyst in her tear duct. She acted like it was benign, like no big deal. And we took her home and took care of her. And as time went on, the bump above her head got bigger, but the one on her face got a lot bigger. And she started to get uncomfortable because the one on her nose was swelling so big that this part of her face was up here. It was pushing her eye back into her skull. And then I had a surgery planned for her, but I moved it up as an emergency because I woke up one morning whenever this part was all the way up here because it was under so much pressure that this fluid started weeping out through her tear duct. Bailey has had about 7 biopsies. They all come back negative for cancer. But that doesn't change the fact that they still think that she has cancer. Whatever this is, it is eating the bones in her sinuses. It's causing bony growth to grow elsewhere. So where she's supposed to have bone right here, she no longer has a bridge to her nose. But she has some lumps along here that are new, and it's just this random or seemingly random bony growth that has accumulated. She hasn't had a nosebleed in a while, but her nose is so blocked on that side that she can't even drain fluid from her nose, which is why it swells up. And it's never going to go away. She has a drain in her face right now to help the swelling so that she can be comfortable for the rest of her days. She's on a lot of pain medication. It's a safe one that dogs tolerate pretty well, and she's been doing pretty well with it. I kind of play around with the dose depending on how she's feeling. If she's acting really uncomfortable, I give her more. If she's acting mostly okay, I just give her 1. So I don't ever want her to be uncomfortable. She seems to be pretty happy in general. Last week she seemed kind of depressed. And then I realized before she got sick, we used to take her for rides. She used to go to Petco all the time. We used to take her on walks. But lately, the only time she gets to go anywhere is if she is going to the vet. Usually for surgery. She's had a lot of surgeries. Um, she, so I guess, yeah, it would make sense that she would be depressed. I think I would be depressed if the only time I got to go anywhere was to go have surgery. She's a she's such a great person. She doesn't hold a grudge. She actually really loves her vets. She gets really excited whenever we go there, which is weird. You would think that after a while, after having so many surgeries, she would kind of associate that place as a bad place and not want to be there. But that doesn't seem to be the case. She seems to like it there, which is weird. So the other day I made a point to take her to the pet store kind of late in the day, so there weren't a whole lot of people there. I did some of my shopping for her. When I first got there, I left my basket with the cashier, who was really awesome. She let me just leave it there so Bailey could walk around and shop. I let Bailey take me wherever she wanted to go in the pet store for about 45 minutes. And she was so happy. And she chose a few things. She chose a treat and a toy. She went up and she got excited about them and she licked them, so I got them for her. And and then we came home and she was tired and she, went to sleep. And the next day we took her for a walk until she was tired and she seemed really happy about that. It's been, I would say maybe like a month since her last surgery, which is the longest it's been in a while. So I feel okay with taking her, even though she still has a drain in her face, which will always be there now. And she will always have to have that cone around her head so she doesn't pull the drain out. But even with that, um, she doesn't have a fresh wound right now. I really wanted to take her to get her picture taken with Santa, as she had just had another surgery to put a different drain in. The drain she has right now is actually a human drain that we bought from a human hospital because the other two or three drains weren't working as well as they needed to. Like, they were working okay, but it required replacing parts and it didn't have as much suction and it didn't work as well. And this one actually it's really good. It's a really good drain, especially for the purpose of having it for the long term. And I hope that it continues working because it's what keeps Bailey comfortable. She doesn't seem to mind the drain. It keeps her face from swelling up and it keeps her feeling okay. She uh, has been acting normal for the most part. It's like she doesn't really realize that she's sick. But I know that it's progressing really quickly. I just wish that there was something I could do to help her. I wish I could make it go away, but I can't. I've spent all of my money um, diagnosing her and treating her. If I tell people the amount, they think it's crazy because why would you spend that on a dog? Which I think is crazy because why wouldn't you? I love her more than I love money. She's my baby. I don't have any left. I don't have any money now. So I'm hoping that she doesn't require anything major for a long time because all of my savings is gone. But I don't feel like it was wasted because it was for Bailey. And that's what you do when you're a mommy. You take care of your babies. She has five kitty siblings, and she gets along really well with them. She has a snake sibling. She likes him. He's rather indifferent towards her. Um, she had three bunny siblings, but they all died last year from unrelated things, one at a time. And I'm not really sure why two of them died. The last one, Hercules, he died a few days after becoming paralyzed, even though I took him to the doctor and did everything I could do. I know a lot of people would say just euthanize her. Trust me, people have told me that. Just euthanize her. But She has not given up on her life. How can I give up on her life when she hasn't? She's excited to be alive. She's happy to be alive. She's still wagging her tail and acting like herself. How can I give up on her life when she hasn't given up on her life and she's the one going through it? I, it would be different if she was acting like she did not want to live. I'm not sure if I could handle making a decision to euthanize my baby, but it wouldn't even be an option unless she acted like she wanted it. I don't know anyone who can relate to what I'm going through right now. Because what she has is really rare. I've never heard of someone whose baby has experienced the same thing. The vet has never even worked with anyone who's had the same thing. They said it's one of those really rare conditions. Her nose is full of polyps, that's why it's blocked. And they suspect there must be a tumor somewhere in there, but it must be mostly contained because all of the samples that they've taken have been negative for cancer. So, yeah, whatever it is. She's my baby and I love her. I've had a lot of time to think about what I would do if she died. I want to cremate her and have her ashes. But I wonder, since what she has is so uncommon, if her life ending could help someone. I'm sorry. It's really hard to think about. If it could help someone by donating her for research, maybe they could finally get a good look at whatever it is that's eating my baby. I just, I don't know if I could have both. I don't know if I could have her cremated, but they keep her head or something. I don't know. But at least, maybe they could come up with a cure from her in her life experiences could actually save someone else. I wonder if she could be an organ donor also. I guess it depends. She seems to be pretty healthy everywhere else. I'm new to this camera. I keep watching the little viewfinder, but I know you're supposed to look right here. And I know it's not a very good camera, and the camera is moving around a lot because I'm holding my laptop. But I thought I would do a vlog about what's going on. I'm sure there's a lot of this that should be edited out. I don't even know how to do that. I've never even tried. So I've been, I guess, that's what's been going on. I really hope that she hangs around at least for the spring. She really seemed to enjoy laying in the sun and rolling around in the grass before everything got covered in snow. So hopefully um, she's able to see that again. Although I guess she's kind of enjoying the snow a little bit. She keeps playing in it. But she can't just, hang out in the snow for a long time like she could in the grass. I guess that's the end of this video. I mean, it's 21 minutes of me talking about Bailey and crying. I don't even know if I could post this anywhere. Let me just keep it for myself, but I'm sure if I watched it in the future, I would just cry some more. Does anyone relate? Has anyone's baby had what Bailey has? How did you cope with it? I don't even want to ask how it turned out because I'm pretty sure it didn't turn out very well. And I'm sorry. Okay, maybe I'll record another video sometime.